Other things that are off limits for you?
That hurt.
Oh, real story.
Real. You guys really expect solutions from me?
Hey everybody, welcome to Mothership Help Desk, the podcast where you write in with your problems and we try and give you some advice to solve it. I'm your host Drew, but don't worry, you don't have to take my advice because each week I'm joined by a special guest. And my guest this week, he is one of Singapore's top stand-up comics. He has 2 specials that you can watch on Netflix, Too Real and Almost Banned, but you can catch him live at the Esplanade on August 3rd. His name is Fadri Rashid, but you know him better as Fakkah Fuzz. Thank you so much for joining me, bro.
Boom, damn man, you read the hell out of that cue card, bro. I'm telling you. you word for word, my man.
No, bro,
I'm glad I sent
points, man.
I know I sent it in and he didn't miss a single thing. And I'm proud of you, brother.
You really wanted to emphasize that you are one of Singapore's top stand-up comics.
Hey, listen, one off, right? One off, okay? I get to be one off.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not the one, but I would like to just sit at the same table.
Yeah.
Right? I would like to know I'm one off. I've done a lot of things.
Who's better than you as a stand-up?
Who's better than me? This guy. This guy.
Nah, you don't have to.
This guy. I'm better than me yesterday. Man, is this going to be one of those? I would like this to be one of those, you know, those black and white motivational podcast clips where like they play, like, you know, they have motivational music at the back while you say something like, if you don't wake up early in the morning, you're a dick. If you don't drink water every day and you look at yourself in the mirror and go, I need to be better, then I don't know. You're a disappointment to your mother.
We're going to cut that out and we'll do exactly what
I knew. Okay, cool.
First proper question, is it first name Fakkah, last name Fuzz?
Yeah, that was the decision for the stage name back when I was a lot younger, and I stuck with it. I doubled down with it for about like 10 to 12 years.
Where did the name come from?
Well, if I'm being honest, the name was given to me by a couple of friends. We were part of a paintball competitive group, and then, you know, we had Ivan the Snake, Thomas the Tank, and Thomas himself. Shout out to Tom, by the way. He went up to me and said, bro, I think it would be funny if you call yourself Fakkah Fuzz. I don't know why, it just rings in my head, Fakkah Fuzz. And I was like, then what if people ask me what does Fakkah mean? And he goes, then you just tell them a different story, man. It's like Joker's scars, you know. You can tell them your name's Fakharuddin. You can tell them that Fakkah is a place in Iran, which is, I googled that just to make that story. And then, so I stuck with that joke and I stuck with it and I doubled down with it for many years. But it's been my name for my public name for a very long time. Because
on stage you refer, like, as in you call yourself like Fuzz, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but we had like a real debate when we were reaching out to you. Like, do we address you as like Fakkah?
Do we say
Fuzz?
See, in my little sick head, that was the joke, you know, of like confusing people, like, and they going like, oh, you know, should we call him that? Is that a good thing to call him? And I'm like, I like the discomfort in certain people's faces when they say it. It was funny when I was younger. Yeah. And then when I got older, it made me uncomfortable. And I was like, you know what, I gotta do something about this.
Well, that's why if you look through like our messages, I think most of the time I just said bro. Because I just wasn't sure. Do people come to you for advice ever in your life?
Nah, okay, it depends. Sometimes they come to me for like career advice. Comedians, they come to me for career advice. And I guess I have younger siblings and they do, like, I give a lot of advice.
They're both kind of like in entertainment.
Some would even debate that my advice is unsolicited. Some would, right? Some would, you know, and that's up to a person's point of view. Yeah. Whether or not like you ask for my advice or not. Some will call it advice, others will call it mansplaining. I don't know. You know, it's really up to. but in all seriousness, when they do, like, a lot of people do give me advice, and like for like give me advice and ask me for advice, like I would give it. But like for stand-up comedy, I think it's a bit difficult to give someone advice on how to do it, because ultimately it's a reflection of like your own story and your own style. So when like comics come up to me and be like, oh, how do I get good at stand-up? it's hard for me to tell you because what worked for me might not necessarily work for you.
Yeah.
You know, and you kind of really just have to find your own way. So that's about that.
So you don't like to give advice?
I like it, but also at the same time, I don't think it's the best advice. But you know, take it how you want to take it, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we live. It's a tough life, bro.
Okay, you hear that? Don't think it's the best advice.
Yeah, take it. Like, you know, if you want to live like me, I guess, take my advice. Look at me, I'm happy.
Okay, before we get to the questions that you guys have submitted, if you're watching this now and you have something that you need help with, you can write to us at the link that's on your screen right now, or you can find that same link in our show description. Write to us there, tell us what the problem is, and we'll try and get you some personalized advice for that.
Boom, son.
Okay, are you ready for the first question?
Yeah. Before that, can I ask what nationality you are? Are you Singaporean?
I grew up in Australia.
I can tell because your accent is transitioning. I can tell. It's, you know what I mean? Like he's transitioning back. Like he was like full Aussie at one point of your life, I bet, because like, you know, I can hear the vowels being enunciated, and then now it's going back to like you're figuring out which Singaporean you're gonna be, you know, because there's a couple of versions of the accent that you can adopt.
Which Singaporean do you think fits a June the best?
I would like you to adopt the Malay Singaporean accent. Ooh. I think it suits your tattoos, bro. It really does. I'm telling you, man, dude.
I think there might be racial sensitivities for
not if you do it right.
Yeah. As long as you do it funny. It's okay.
No, not funny. Not if you hit home. You know what I mean? Not if you can't overdo it. You know what I mean? You can't think that just because you add sial to the end of every sentence, suddenly that's a Malay accent. Yeah. It's not. A Malay accent is not about sial, bodoh, whatever. No, it's about the vibe.
Okay,
what's the have to give a very relaxed vibe. Yeah. You know, you just gotta be like, I don't know. You know, see that? Don't know, See, that's already a Malay accent. But it's not about the words though. It's about the energy, right? It's like, I don't know. I know. Then they'll be like, oh, this guy, he knows what he's talking about. Yeah.
I've got a lot of thoughts in my head, but I'm worried that some of them might not be.
Yeah. I mean, aesthetically, you can't say certain things, right? Due to your aesthetics, you can't verbalize certain thoughts. I get it. I'll do it for you. You can just.
Okay. Well, good deal. We'll do that. Okay. So this first question is from Hope, and Hope writes to us, and she says, "My son is having O levels. I have tuition for him for English, math, Chinese, and sciences, but grades still not improving. How to motivate him? What were you like as a student when you were growing up?"
Well, probably not the best. But he is, it's maths, science, English.
Yeah, Chinese
and English. Yeah. And he's not good at everything.
Apparently, yeah.
And homeboy is already at O level. Yeah. We're trying to find something this guy's good at, dude. You think he's an artist? I don't know. Have you tried giving him a hammer and a nail and see what he does with it? You know, like, have you tried giving him some, you know, like power tools and see if he could be a hands-on kid? Yeah. You know, maybe. I mean, okay. You know what? I tell you what. Okay, play I Not Stupid 1 and 2. All right, make him watch that. And ask him which character he resonates with. Oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Because he might be the kid that draws. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Or he could be that crying kid. Right? Which is that crying kid? Yeah, the crying kid that dropped all the noodles. Yeah, he could be that kid. Right? Or he could be like the tough kid. Okay. So which kid? So he's, you know, look at him and say, boy, which one you feel is you? Okay? Then mommy help you. Yeah. So he might say, mommy, I don't want to do maths. I'm like, you know, mommy don't understand why, but maybe look at the movie and see why, right? Yeah, that's my advice.
Were you good at studying when you were younger?
Listen, man, I became a stand-up comic, you know? How good do you think?
I don't know, some stand-up comics are super smart.
Yeah. Like Ronnie Chang has a law degree. What the hell is up with that? This guy is a full-on intellect. Well, no, I wasn't. I did not take O-levels, by the way. I went to school in Malaysia, so I took SPM, right? And that is also one of the solutions. If your kid's failing O-level, let him take SPM. He could be an A student. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So,
super, not so smart in Singapore, but super smart in Malaysia.
Oh no, I was dumb in Malaysia too. You know what I mean? I wasn't. guys. I wasn't like not smart here. Went to Malaysia, became an A student. Nah, I went to Malaysia. And Malaysia was like, this guy's dumb as well.
Yeah.
Do that. See. There's always a subject that he's probably good at. Like I was good at English, and it's not even I'm not even the best at speaking it, I guess. But then, like I was always an art student, and I enjoyed going to drama class and stuff like that. Which made my mom a little worried for a while until I had a girlfriend, and she was like, "Phew," but right, but still, that's the life that I like. So I think a lot of Singaporeans just need to channel the kid's interest to where you feel like the kid can excel, because maybe he's not just bad, he's just not interested, man.
Yeah.
It's just not his bag.
Did your parents channel your interest at all, or?
I am very fortunate for my parents because they were thankful of me and just the fact that I just could do my best. They weren't very big on expectations. They didn't need an A from me. Like as long if I went home and my maths I got C, right? My mom framed, bro. My mom would be like, this is my kid's doing well, my kid. Yeah. And the expectation of my mom is very simple. I cannot speak on other Malay families, but during my time, my mom was just like, as long as you're not in jail, as long as you're not doing drugs, and as long as you come home on time, I'm happy that you're here, and then my dad would be like, when you want to pray, so I've disappointed one of those two parents, right? But I'm kidding. 50% is not bad. It's still a C. It's still worth framing. You know what I mean? So I was very lucky in that sense. But I know that a lot of like Singaporean parents you guys stress your kid a lot. But then I don't think it's good. Now we got new prime minister already. New prime minister saying that we need to but have more arts, I think, right? Or maybe like give the kids a little bit more character. I think you guys want to raise humans, you don't want to raise like drones and and shit. So yeah, I'm veering away from my answer right now, but you know what I'm saying.
I've heard you talk in like your stand-up specials and stuff about how you lived in Malaysia essentially on your own, like during the week.
Yes.
What was all that like?
Well,
why?
The story was my mom and dad wanted to open a business in Malaysia, and then I already started school there, secondary school, but then the business didn't work out. Like when I say it didn't work out, like it really didn't work out. So they had to move back to Malaysia, but then I already was in school. I was already in school, so they were like, okay, we need a sense of continuity. We're in a transitional period where we have to like recoup finances. So could you help us out? Just stay by yourself for a while, which turned out to be 5 years.
Yeah.
Some may call it abandonment, but I call it Macaulay Culkin. I was just like literally in the house by myself every day in the river, right? But just looking but yeah, so that was the period where I learned a lot of like independence and growing up, and I guess I mixing around with the environment in Malaysia, and it's very multicultural as well. Yeah. That kind of like influenced the way I thought and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, I did live by myself.
But like, when did you study? But no one was there?
No, I did not. Like I was alone. Macaulay Culkin. Did you not listen to what I'm saying? Like I'm eating ice cream every day off the tub, bro. Like no studying. No. I did. I try lah.
Okay,
I try,
really?
because I'm a bit competitive. But here's the thing: I'm competitive, but I'm also like lazy.
Yeah. So
like I get mad when like somebody does better than me in class, but then like I don't have enough energy in me to like want to beat him.
Yeah.
So I'm just like bitter that he won. And I'm just like, oh okay, then that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you didn't need someone to motivate you when you were living by yourself?
There was a lot. I mean, you're a kid, right? You're like 14, 15. Everything is new,
Yeah.
So I think I was very motivated by culture, very motivated by music scenes. Like there was a very vibrant hardcore punk scene in Malaysia, and I was very into that. And then at that point of time, I think Eminem and Too Fat, they released their debut album. Okay, it wasn't Eminem's debut album, but it was the most popular album.
Yeah.
So hip hop was also growing. So I was a big fan of those cultures, and those cultures became like the family that I went to when like my present family was not at home. So I would go there, and I'll be like, oh, hang out with the punk kids or hang out with the hip hop kids, and just like indulge in the music and the culture that was there. So that was kind of how I kind of colored my life around. Yeah. So yeah.
So maybe for Hope.
Oh shit, Hope. Yeah, turn your kid into a punk. No, I'm kidding. Make your kid listen to Eminem. Marshall Mathers LP. That will get him to love you as a mom. Trust me. If you want to know what mother's love is, listen to early Eminem albums.
Watch 8 Mile.
Watch 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll motivate him.
Yeah. I don't know who you are, Hope, by the way. You're just a character in my head, okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess for her son, it's about finding that thing that would really motivate him rather than forcing him into something.
I got a question though. Do you guys really expect solutions from me? Because like I don't think I'm out here giving proper solutions. Like we're here, I'm here to entertain you through your questions. So don't send a complaint letter to Mothership, but to whom it may concern. The comedian suggested I watch I Not Stupid, but didn't give me the link. Like, come on, bruh.
I mean, if you're trying everything, you might as well just try some of the things that Mr. Fakkah is suggesting here.
Mr. Fuzz, by the way.
Mr.
You see,
Fuzz,
I called him June one time, this guy already got offended. So you're going to June one time, he's like, I'm not even going with Fuzz anymore, you fucker.
I don't know, like, there's going to be a real debate after this whether we need to bleep that out or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
I'll have to figure that one
Yes.
out. Yeah. Okay, so Hope, I guess...
we gave you 3-4 solutions, Hope. Yeah. Come on, man. You gotta pick one. Yeah. Hope sounds like a single mother, though. You know what I mean, Hope? You go holler at your boy.
You'll motivate her son.
No, I won't. I'm a bad father. No, I'll be an absent father. I don't hope that from me.
Send him to Malaysia by himself.
No. Yeah. But yeah, good luck with you and your son. Sounds like an only child too.
This second question, it comes from someone who used the pseudonym Need Advice. So Need Advice writes to us and they said, for the last few years, I've wanted to try and break into the entertainment industry, but I haven't had much success. At the moment, I just work part-time jobs and I tell my parents that it's because I need more time to work on my music or my acting. However, they've been putting pressure on me to, quote, be realistic and to, quote, get a proper job. How do I know when to give up or when to keep trying? How do I know when to give up or when to keep trying?
Well, first thing you need to try to do is tell people your name. You know what I mean?
Get your name out there.
Yeah. If your idea is to get your name out there and be a musician, maybe it will help if you told us your name instead of going Need Advice. Who am I giving this advice to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the first advice, you know? And listen to your mom. Be realistic. Tell people your name if you want people to remember your name. You don't give me your name. How am I supposed to, hey man, you ever heard that song from what's his name? I don't know his name, but he needs a lot of help. I don't know his name, right? Give us your name. And that's it. Like I don't know what do you say when you apply for a job then? Need work? You know, what do you say? Like nobody knows your government. I'll feel really bad if that was actually your government name.
Yeah.
Like your name was actually Need Advice.
Yeah.
Like you were, the moment you were given birth to it, somebody needs to help him out. Yeah. We'll just put this as a call for help. Like this baby needs some words of wisdom. So So needs advice. I would say for starters, don't be afraid to use your name. I know maybe you're a bit shy. Use your name. Tell people your name. Don't be afraid to be yourself. And everything about being an artist is about being vulnerable, about being out there. So you have to find the courage within yourself to do that. But you can do that, then maybe you can see what's unique in your story and maybe you can tell your story to everybody through songs, through acting, through whatever, right? But yeah, so it helps.
Before you made it, before you had your Netflix special and things like that, were you ever close to giving up?
No, I was never close to giving up. Because I really enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really doing this I didn't think this was going to be like a job, you know. Okay. I really just enjoyed doing this. I had a couple of ideas. I like being on stage, you know. I like making people laugh, and I like the art of stand-up. What I liked about stand-up wasn't really about the making people laugh part. It was more of like, oh my God, this guy's telling the truth. Not like the truth, but like his truth.
Yeah.
It may not be something I agree with, but it's something this guy really think and dare to say. You know what I mean? Could be wrong, but we'll argue that outside. But like right now, his putting what he thinks is right and what his idea of right is, and he crafts it so well to still make it entertaining while you listen to it. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, wow, that's quite a skill that fascinated me so much. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can find a way to learn that, right? So that's I was very interested and also excited at that point of time when I saw a bunch of expats doing, because it's a very Western genre, right? Stand-up comedy. So when I saw a bunch of expats doing it, I'm like, wow, in Singapore, right? Yeah. They were doing it, and I'm like, okay, these are all white guys. Okay, maybe there's one or two Chinese guys that are doing one-liners. And like, okay, but there's no Malay Singaporean perspective, right? So I'm like, what if I came here and gave you guys a Malay Singaporean perspective through the art that you guys have imported here, which is stand-up. So I was very excited because I could feel that was a unique point of view, you know, for that. Of course, bless the people like Kumar that paved the way for people like us to exist, right? He had to go through a lot of things in terms of like dealing with the law and also handling handling backlash involving his image and all that. Yeah. So he had to walk that baptism of fire to like clear the path for a lot of us. So we deal with a lot less because he's dealt with a lot. But at the same time also, because he's dealt with that, we've managed to see things clearer in terms of like, oh, okay, now because he has done that, we are able to give our perspective. It's clearer for us. Still not the best environment, okay, but better because of him, you know? Yeah, so always give credit when it's due. Yeah.
If you weren't doing stand-up comedy, what would you be doing now?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I tried a lot of things. So I was one of the organizing staff of paintball games.
Okay.
Right? So all I know is I don't want to work in an office. Because office boring, bro. You sit down, you confirm. My ADHD cannot, bro. I will like sleep, right? I will sleep or I be lazy. Or, you know, okay, like other work also I lazy. But like, you know, like I would just, you know what I mean? There's no need to put an office as the excuse as to why I'm lazy. But yeah, so I knew I didn't want to work a boring job. So I was a paintball facilitator. I tried to be a fitness trainer and I did it. I did it. I couldn't do it. And then and then when I started doing open mics and stand-up, I got offered to be a stunt performer for the USS show Waterworld. So I was a stunt performer for the show Waterworld for 2 years.
Gosh.
Bro, I don't have stunt training.
What was the stunt?
I don't have stunt training. And I could barely swim. Let's be real. I'm in a show called Waterworld, right? I kept the floats nearby. Bro, I could barely swim and I couldn't do any stunts. But I know like, bro, this job, all I need to do is fall from this height, right? And then I fall into the water for a while. If I can swim out of the water onto the safety hatch and then I can get the job ready, right? So I like tell them, I can swim because I know I didn't have to swim very far. I only have to swim to the escape route. That's it, right? For 2 years, bro, I bluffed them until they figured out. Like, actually, this fella like cannot swim. So you know when they found out? They were like, okay, so every year we have to go through like life-saving course. Yeah. Life-saving course, right? Because like we work with water, so like everybody have to go through life-saving course. But in case your leg cramp or what, then I gotta go and save you, right? So we were like role-playing, bro. Sekali, I was supposed to be the savior. This fella, I want to swim to him. Bro, halfway I drowned, bro. and then this fella come and save me, bro.
Real story.
Real. So at that point, the guys at Waterworld were like, yeah, he can't swim, huh? Yeah, so so I lost that job.
But you got fired after that?
No, don't use the word fired. My contract finished. Okay. My contract finished. No, we didn't get recontracted. You know, sometimes certain companies have different plans, you know? So I didn't get recontracted.
Yeah.
But those guys remain my friends to this day, and you know, they know this. They know this story. It was like everybody was like laughing already, but they didn't want to like be rude to me. They didn't want to hurt my feelings. While I was being saved by the victim that I was supposed to save, and the guy's just like, wait, he's dying. Like for real. So I'm actually this is the first time I've told that story. Actually, I've never told that story before. You made me remember that story. This is the first time I've ever telling this story. God damn, you're bringing me back some memories. Oh shit, I'm so sorry guys. Waterworld. Yeah, but 2 years. So So I worked there for 2 years, and then I got into stand-up, and then I became, I got into TV and stuff like that. So I think if I wasn't a stand-up comic, I probably still find something interesting to do. I won't be a property agent, that's for sure. Too many already, bro. Property agent cannot, bro.
We just had Taufik on the show not too long ago.
I mean, he's good at it, like he's really good at it, and he has that very likable face, like you look at him, you're like, oh, okay, I trust you, right? But like I don't have that.
No one could trust.
No, I don't think you should trust me with your finances at all, sir. I do not think you should. So maybe I'll drive Grab for a while. Like drive Grab. Not send Grab. I cannot send you food. Maybe I'll drive Grab. But I like drive a very nice Grab. I try like invest like Grab Premium or something, and then I put like lights in the car. Like, I'll be like, I'll give you like a very nice, and then I'll be like the funny Grab driver, like, try and talk to you and then make a bit of joke. And then I'll work on my 5 minutes. Yeah. With every new customer. You know what I mean? Hey, some Grab drivers, they have a solid 5 minutes, bro. Yeah. You walk in and then, dude, you can tell they rehearse the 5 all. Got like punchline, got like, nowadays government, you know what I mean? Like they really rehearse their proper 5, bro. And I'll probably still do that. I'll probably do that. And
so you like try and hustle until you can make it in stand-up comedy?
I don't think so. I think I'll just hustle and I think I'll hustle until I earn a lot of money. Yeah, you know what I mean? You still live in Singapore at the end of the day. Second most expensive city in the world. Hey, y'all did that report. Sorry, that was the other one.
We've done similar reports already.
Similar reports, right? Is it second now? I think it's second.
I can't remember what the last one was.
I saw. Yeah.
But like, were your parents did they ever kind of sit you down and say like, hey, Fuzz, maybe try something a bit more realistic? No, never. Supportive the whole way?
Never. Because fortunately for me, So when I was 24, I told myself, oh shit, I don't even, like, I got my first TV show, right? 50 Ways to be a Singaporean. Don't watch that show. The hosting is horrible. The
accent is just a little bit Malay.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, do my research.
This is the old material. So yeah, so 50 Ways to be a Singaporean. Yeah. So that one, the worst thing bad. Sometimes I go up there, bro, I never even shave my head, bro. It's like halfway grow out. You can see like the bald patch all, bro. It's bad, right? But I met every single person from like A-list to like C-list, Singapore artists. It was a very good entry point for me. Shout out Chu Yan from MediaCorp, right? She believed in me at that point of time. I don't know what she saw in me, but she was like, okay, we need a new face, and I'll never forget her for that.
Yeah.
But that job, I got paid maybe not a lot lesser, but lesser than experienced host would have been paid. And my parents have never said anything about my entertainment career because that lump sum of payment, I paid off their mortgage. So you know what I mean. So the reason why I did that was just to tell, and this is like for y'all out there who want to help your parents. You have time if you're in your early 20s to be broke. You know what I mean. That's your period to be broke anyway. If you're broke in your early 20s, don't feel bad. That's your broke time. You're supposed to be broke. You're supposed to be looking for a job. You're supposed to be figuring it out. But if you have a bunch of money and your parents are having financial problems, you can use that money and help them first because they don't have time. But you got a lot of time. You know what I mean? So you can afford to be broke because time's on your side. But for them, they don't have that. So, you know what I mean? So I thought I'd do that. And because I've done that, they were nothing but supportive. Okay. Although they would question some of the material. Okay. Yeah. That one, yes. They don't question what I do, but they'd be like, did you really have to talk about that? That was like
the family stuff, because you speak about your dad.
Yeah. You can see my dad sometimes after the show, like, what are you really? Are we doing that badly that you have to talk about it? And I'm like, no, Dad, it's funny. And my dad look at me like, yeah, hilarious.
Did they say that's not how it happened? Like, for example, the how what story that you told in your...
Oh, that's exactly how it happened.
That's exactly. So your dad doesn't dispute that.
No, he was there. He was there. It's exactly how it happened. I am so glad that I got to tell that story word for word because it's exactly how it happened. And he remembers it. In fact, when he speaks to me about it, he's more like reminiscing and like, wow, you remember, huh? Like that was and then I told him, I said like, yo, that was a big part of my life, man.
Okay, wait, for the people who haven't seen Too Real, right? It's
Too Real.
Yeah. And like, go and watch it if you haven't. But like, just give us like the summary of that how what story.
So The story is with the close proximity laws in Malaysia, it was a miscommunication. Okay, so basically it's a story about a miscommunication involving that law that I was also involved in that. Right, so that ending story was a story when I was 16 and I got caught up in that mix. That's all. Yeah. So that story happened exactly how it went. Yeah, and that was my first ever experience, man, dealing with the law and stuff like that. You know, after that. Yeah. I mean, we've had a couple of other run-ins, you know. But yeah, that was the first one. Yeah, and my dad kind of is very reminiscent of the times. Yeah.
Do they still come to your shows, your parents?
My mom and dad, they come to the big ones. Okay. They don't come to the club shows. Because probably it's not the environment that they're very comfortable in. Yeah. But like the theatre shows, they come. Yeah, they always have front seats. And then my mom will be intently listening. And then my dad will be like, bro, bastard, in front of me, bro, in front, like in my eye line. They always choose the seats because they get priorities for seats. Yeah. They choose seats in my eye line. And my mom will, right? And my dad, and then when it's time to take photo, because you take photo with your parents after the show, right? Yeah, they did a big show. And then my mom will be like very happy. And my dad will be like woozy from the nap.
Red-eyed.
Yeah, like woozy from the nap taking. And then one time, right, I tell you, oh Allah, my first taping my special, right? You know, this is my dad. That's why bless him, right? He's like the funniest moments ever come from him, right? Woozy, come out, he's woozy, same thing. And then he looked at me and was like, I want to take picture with Kumar.
He didn't even care about
Harith and Kumar all came. I said, let me take picture with Kumar. Take a picture of him and Kumar. Yeah, but yeah, they do they come to the shows to answer your question.
And so because you kind of forged an entertainment career, were they more open to your like what your siblings are doing now and things like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think my siblings, they were heavily influenced by what I was doing, and that's why they chose to pursue what they like. And it's like Farah, she loves acting. And she wanted to find a way into the industry, which is an advice I would give anybody here who's willing to do acting, who wants to do acting, or who wants to be in entertainment. There are no gatekeepers anymore. There used to be gatekeepers where they would determine whether or not you pass the audition, whether or not you make it to the next round. But now nobody is stopping you from turning on your phone and thinking of something interesting to say or entertaining to say, and having everyone look at that on the platform. On your own platform, the social media platform. There's many people that you see now that are popular started with only 200 followers and 300 followers. There's nothing stopping you. There's no gatekeeping. The only gatekeeper is the algorithm. And I'll tell you how to beat the algorithm. Post every Monday at 5 o'clock. Okay? So, alright? That's the way you beat the algorithm. Post every day at 5 o'clock, or if you wake up in the morning, 9 a.m. Because why? People go to work, look at phone. Okay? 5 o'clock, people come back from work, look at phone. Right. So that's my advice. But if you want to do anything on acting, just do it on the platform that you already have. Right. So Farah took that upon herself and she made her own career, and she nobody even knew that she was my sister. Yeah, she made it on her own, you know. And Faris also on his own. Like all of them made it on their own accord. They just and it was a very by the way thing. Oh, by the way, they're siblings. Yeah. So that was quite nice to see lah.
And we're all waiting for the big sibling collab.
I'm actually looking for. My dad has suggested that we do a show together.
Okay.
You know, kind of like a sketch sibling show, whatever. But we haven't found the time to sit together and brainstorm. Here's the thing: the three of us, we're creatives and we're very individualist in terms of our creativity. So when we come together, we'll clash ideas and because very different point of views. So
get your dad involved. Make him
maybe make him the director, right? Yeah, then he'll be every time we rehearse, he just and I'm like, that will work well for our confidence. Yeah.
Okay, so bringing it back to this person, need advice's question, right? When do you know to give up? Or should there even be a time to even think about that?
I think if you're trying the same thing over and over again and it's not working, you should give up on that thing that you're trying and then try another thing lah. When I'm saying that thing is like if you try one way and it doesn't work, then you try another way lah. You know, I think something Einstein said it. Oh boy, here we go, guys. I'm about to quote Einstein right now. Einstein said, the more... Shut up, man. Come on, guys. Okay, so according to Einstein, if you do the same thing over and over the same way, right, it's like you crazy one.
Yeah, I think he used...
Yo, Einstein, listen. Words. Yeah, Einstein said it. You're telling me you know the quote I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it was in Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You do the same thing the same way over and over again, that means you crazy. Einstein say. So if Einstein say, you must follow. You know what I mean? Right? What is it? I don't know what the words are, but those, yeah. So quit the same way lah. If you do the same thing, then try another way lah.
What do you think about this? I was thinking about this question. Get some feedback from people that you really trust. Maybe not your parents because they want you to get a real job, but your friends. And then if they say like, bro, you really suck, then maybe at that point. Oh,
that's why I love like the hip hop community, dude. But they are very honest with these things, blunt. You know. Yeah, very blunt. I'm like, yo, man, that's ass, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, that's so mid. Yo, bro, you know, like I like it. Like I know it hurts your ego a little bit, but at the same time, it's kind of like, all right, it's real, you know. Yeah, and I appreciate the element of reality behind it. So I'm like, okay, yeah. And I've been told a lot of times that I was mid. Oh my god, the comment section. I tell you, sometimes you know how you want to like, you don't read comments, but you actually do, you know. So sometimes on the comment section, they be saying something like a lot of the times I can ignore certain things like, okay, not funny, or the one okay, because like perspective because got a lot of people, some people say funny, some people say not funny. Got one, they put not evolved. I'm like, hey, relax, bro, what the yo. So that hurt. That one was like, ooh. And I had to, yeah.
So how did you realize that this is actually something you are good at? Because it's different being like funny, like in class or whatever, right? And like being a good stand-up comic.
I think there's points where I am probably stronger at being funny than I'm not. Maybe in like group settings, I tend to like shy away a little bit and be a little bit more quiet in a group setting. But in an individual setting and on stage or whatever, that's where like when I'm being given the mic, you know, I can give a little bit more of a performance. When I realized that I could make a living out of this is just when it organically happened. I didn't have hey, I can do this. You know, no, I just went like, okay, what's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one? You know, and it just hasn't stopped. You know, so that is kind of like the growth that I guess we're just treading water and going. It's, you know, like every creative person in Singapore, just treading water and going, right? Yeah, and they always say, you need to make good investments with your money. Listen, man, on a bad day, I can't even spell investment. You know what I mean? On a bad day, right? But rest assured, we will speak. Okay. That's why it's very important to have Chinese friends. Yeah, you know, Chinese friends give you, shout out Dr. Jason Leong. He sat with me and he went, what do you mean you don't invest your money?
Dr. Jason Leong, who's that? He sounds super familiar.
Let's stop there. Right? Let's stop there. Dr. Jason Leong, who's that?
Sounds super familiar.
Sounds super familiar, doesn't it? Yikes. Wow. You know how when you talk to someone, you like them more?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those moments, man. I'm kidding, man. Jason's my boy. Dude. Oh, you don't know Dr. Jason Leong. After Jason Leong, 2 Netflix specials sell out like 5,000 seats in Singapore. Like he's selling out like 3-4 times my show. Dude, it's my brother right there, bro.
Is he one of the top stand-up comics in Singapore?
Man, not in Singapore. I'm not in Singapore. You know what I mean? Don't have Singapore passport, why? Cannot lah.
I see.
But can sell more tickets, that one for sure lah. Yeah. That one for sure. But then like, come on, man.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, this next question, it's a bit of a reoccurring segment that we have on the show. It's called Fast Advice, or I don't know if I called it that the last episode, but basically it's Fast Advice. Just a quick question, and you can give like a quick advice for this question. I think this is something that you might be an expert in, actually. So this one is from Julie. Julie asks, hi Mothership, if you fart in a crowded lift full of colleagues, should you take the initiative to admit to it? Or wait for someone to point it out first? Or do you just stand there in silence and hope nobody notices? So fast advice for Julie. What would you do? What is the right thing to do in a situation like that?
So can I just, if you fart in a crowded lift,
Yeah. Full of people that you know.
full of people that I know,
Yeah.
so what do I do?
Yeah.
Don't admit to it. Like, why would you? It's a crowded lift. It could be anyone, right?
There's no ethical
Don't
concern.
lift. Okay, unless there's sound involved. If there's sound involved and then the sound is directly towards you, see, that's the problem. If you want to fart, you need to time a cough together with the fart so that people confuse the two sounds. You know what I mean? Yeah, it can. Yeah, so that's how I know some girls do it. They like, and then, you know, and then they, you know what I mean? And then like that doesn't. Yeah, you don't know if they're farting or not, right? But if you time it wrong, then it's a bigger embarrassment. You know, like, you know, like, so it's like you can't. You gotta know the exact fart. BPM together with. Together with
the right key.
They get the right key. Both of the fart and the cough need to be at the right key, and that's how you get away with it. You know. Now let's talk about the other senses that might be affected by this fart, which is touch and smell. Touch and smell.
Okay.
It depends on where, how tall you are, I guess, or how short you are. That will affect, like, you know, if you're really short and the fella feels a fart on his shin and he's going like, why is there a gust of wind?
Yeah.
You know, in this fully closed, in this enclosure, right? It is very close. It is, and then why is there a gust of wind, right? And that might be concerning because he'll know that it's the person next to him, and you know. Oh, so cute. But, you know, so just small, right? Yeah. But they know they farted too, you know, like maybe. Messed up. That's messed up. Yeah, but if the smell, if your fart smells, then you need to go. You need to go take care of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably some things backed up from like the day before.
Yeah, or you might have like serious digestive issues.
Yeah, the day before that. That's something to be looked at. Like I wouldn't ignore that.
Yeah, it's not a laughing matter.
It's not a laughing matter at all. It's a very serious matter. You know. Yeah. And then I've had bad constipation, and I've even been to hospital for that.
Really?
I went to hospital for that, you know, and it's very weird when, you know, when you're prepping for a colonoscopy and the doctor goes, big fan. You know? And he goes, hey man, yeah, I really like your work. Yeah. So, you know,
Okay.
take care of yourself. Take those things into consideration. Yeah.
There you go, Julie.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question.
This one, it comes from JM. JM writes, sometime back, I told a joke at lunch to my colleagues that sort of made fun of one of their appearances.
Oh boy.
I guess they didn't find it very funny because now it's a bit tense whenever I have meetings with this person. It's been a few months since this happened and things are still weird. How do I even bring this up because it's so awkward? And should I even apologize in the first place?
Let's be real. When you talk about appearances, you are mentioning the color of her skin. You racist bastard. Okay? Oh boy. I don't even want to know what part of, is it her appearance?
It's just JM, I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
JM,
I guess.
appearance, a female appearance he was making fun of?
Doesn't say. But
Doesn't say? Okay, so he made fun of a colleague's appearance.
Yeah.
And now it's...
Now it's weird.
You
Yeah.
done fucked up, bro. You done fucked up. I'm sorry. What are you going to do? Okay, right, listen. What was the setting of the... Okay, I don't know what you said, and I don't know what the joke was, so I can't tell if the funny is worth it or not for you to sit into awkward meetings. But something's gotta give up, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta like maybe pull her aside or him aside and go like, hey man, I didn't really mean to make fun of your whatever, right? You know? Yeah, I hope it's something minor, you know. But like making fun of someone's appearance a bit tough.
Where do you draw the line? Because you talk about racial stuff as well in your stories.
I do. But I think what he may be mentioning is probably, maybe he's talking about like height or, you know, size of ears, right? Yeah, or maybe, I don't know, the thickness of eyebrows. I don't know. It could be a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
So I think you you have to determine the closeness between you and the person first to know that you can roast the person like that. And it has to be a setting where like everybody's roasting each other, you know. But if it's like in a room, like where everybody's just having nice lunch and having a wholesome time, somebody like, yo, you got a big ass forehead. Like, yo, relax, bro. I'm just trying to enjoy my mee goreng, bro. What? Yo, this fella keeps his thoughts to himself. You know, I'm like, yo, relax. You know what I mean? Just chill, right? So you probably told it at the wrong time. I don't know if you should apologize. If the person was really hurt by it, then probably you should pull the person aside and go like, hey man, I didn't mean to do all that. I hope it can be okay between us.
Yeah.
Or if you do it publicly, maybe apologizing publicly to the person.
Public apology, you think?
Like to the friends that you know, it's like, hey guys, I just want to say, the other day I made a joke. I thought it was funny. I didn't mean to do that. And you know, I didn't want to cause any kind of things between us, and I'm just sorry. I was just being stupid. Please forgive me. You know.
To be honest, that's the big part of the problem here is that they've waited months. They should have just apologized.
My
straight
boy,
away.
you wait months. Oh boy, you really thought this was good. Okay, now I want to know what the joke is. You know.
You want to see whether you can work it into your.
No, I want to see whether or not he should quit his job. You know. Yeah, is it like HR level joke? Like, cause if the joke went to HR. Then yeah, probably, I don't know lah, bro. I think maybe start afresh, reset button and go find another job lah.
Are there things that are off limits for you in terms of your own jokes and your own routines and comedy?
I don't think so. However, I do feel like it's about understanding what makes people comfortable and uncomfortable. That's the thing. Like, you can joke about anything, but can you make the person feel comfortable while you're talking about it? Because at the end of the day, when somebody comes to watch comedy or when they are watching comedy, they want to feel good experiencing that bit. So a lot of the times, I guess, if you come in too aggressive, or if you're coming like if you're attacking something that is sensitive to the person, well, you won't know what's sensitive to the person or not. But I think if you do this long enough, you can kind of see where the level of comfort is when people watch your stuff.
Yeah,
you know. So that is through trial and error lah. So
if they want to hear the inappropriate jokes, they should go to your club shows.
I would say you might catch me at some inappropriate moments. I've said some stuff, man, on stage that I wish I didn't say, but say already. What to do?
Do you ever apologize?
No, I don't, because I don't see the person ever again.
Yeah.
But if the person actually like individually came to me and be like, hey man, you said that to me on stage, and I was quite hurt. Individual, I'll say sorry to you lah. But like sometimes at the heat of the moment, you're trying to find something funny in your head, and then you're trying to be quick, and not all of them are gold. You know, like even if you want to find gold, you gotta dig through shit. So sometimes shit comes out, right? And when it already comes out, you're like, I already said that. So what am I gonna do? I move on lah, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. But in a work setting, you're not supposed to do that. Nobody came there for a comedy show, you know. So nobody came there for a comedy show. So yeah, man, say sorry, you know, or find a new job lah. I don't know. Unless you're the boss, which is a dick, right? If you're the boss, like what the fuck? Yeah. You're the boss and big problem lah, bro.
Give the person a pay raise or something.
Yeah. Or somebody records your Zoom meeting or something. Yikes. That happens too, you know. Yeah.
You've spoken about Dave Chappelle being one of your heroes. And obviously, like, he's had quite a bit of controversy in the last few years.
Yeah. I wish he stopped at one point, you know. He just went on, you know. I really am a fan of his early work all the way to like even Sticks and Stones and stuff.
Yeah.
I do have some opinions about whether or not he should have went harder on, or whether or not he should have continued hammering on certain topics, especially the topics that involve the trans community.
Yeah.
I felt like he should have just let that go.
Yeah.
You know, at some point I just like...
It feels like a bit of like a...
too much already lah. Okay lah. I mean, like, you know, you give, they give back, then okay lah. That one exchange, then move on lah. But like, he didn't move on, so I was like, ugh. You know, like I wasn't in favor of that. But that doesn't take away the genius that he has created lah in the many years and the decades of his career. He's still somebody I look up to. He's still somebody that I enjoy his style, and he's such a virtuoso at what he does. Yeah. He's just that one point, and I understand that he's dealt with that a lot. And I honestly, like, personally, I was like, you should have just let that go lah. Like, you know, man, like, you still want to hammer, like a bit like, yeah. So yeah, that's that one lah. That's just my opinion.
It's a big kind of like issue in comedy I guess like more recently, right? This thing about political correctness and like what's appropriate. To
Can't say anything anymore, can we? No,
yeah, yeah. Well, where do you weigh in on that?
I think you can say stuff, dude. Like you can one. Like I still have a career, bro. You know what I mean? Can one. It's just a matter of like now got more consequence lah. Yeah. Now like there's a comment section lah. Now, you know, when you're when you post a joke up, there's you can hear the feedback right away lah. You know, and it's up to you lah whether what you want to do with that. Right? I don't think you can't say anything. Maybe certain words through time has been okay. We really cannot say these words anymore, right? So if those words, if you know saying those words make people uncomfortable, then I guess it will be your choice whether or not you want to say those words or not, right? But if you do choose, then it better be in a setting where people are still comfortable, or it's a setting where you can you know how to maneuver around it. Otherwise, it's just you just digging yourself a hole, and it's just not good. It's not a good place to be lah. You know, that's what I feel. Yeah. So like I know I wouldn't say certain things because I know I'm not smart enough to get away with those things, right? Like, right. So I wouldn't say those things, right? But if I knew something and I really felt about something, then I would say it. Whether or not it's right or wrong is my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you have no-go zones? Like things that you will never talk about, politics or something like that?
I won't talk about politics, not because I don't want to talk about politics, because I'm not smart enough to just break that shit down. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, this is what I think about the Democrats. I barely know anything, right? Maybe, politics I won't talk about a lot unless maybe just surface.
There's like a Malay president or something like that.
Yeah, I'll talk about those things. Yeah,
waiting for the next one.
Like religion, maybe I would not. I would talk about my experience with religion, but I would not like break down and you know, I would not talk about religion as a topic. Yeah. I would just talk about my experiences with it, but not religion as a topic, because I feel like that's I just don't go there lah. Yeah. It's not a no-go zone, but it's never let there lah. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, fair enough. And what do you think? I mean, like, I feel like in Singapore, it's almost like a cliche, or for Asian comedians to like joke about like their own background, or like their own parents or whatever. Do you find those things cliche as well? I mean, sorry. No, I put you on the spot because you speak about your parents.
Yeah, no, I think cliche is a lot of things. I think cliche is accents are cliche. You know, and I've done that a lot in my career. Right? And you go through all the cliches. Like, and if you're a comedian in the LGBTQ community, it's like, straight people don't get it. There's a lot of things that have, like, I guess we have progressed in life enough for those topics to be discussed enough. For now, these things are all covered already. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I kind of feel like, I try and avoid those cliches, but still the cliches work. You know what I mean? That's the problem. You know what I mean? The cliches feed you. You know what I mean? Like, it really does though. People love cliches. Bro, when I go to corporate shows, man, you think they give a fuck about, I'm sorry, can I curse on this? Yeah. You think they give a fuck about like, hey man, this is my opinion on what's happening with life. No, they want to hear like, hey man, as a Malay fella, you know, like they want to hear that shit. It's kind of like, it's akin to like a musician going to a corporate gig and you have to play Sweet Child of Mine, bro. You know what I mean? You have to play Sweet Child of Mine, bro, because you play like some indie stuff, like, hey man, this is real, you know, this is real intricate, this is what the kids like nowadays, and nobody gives a fuck, right? But if you play Sweet Child of Mine, oh, it's my life, and it's now, that's the one that gets the people going. Yeah. So sometimes you I guess the cliches kind of help bring the attention to the craft. Yeah. But I do it sparingly lah. I try and do it sparingly lah. I know it's not, man. I mean, I've done a couple of cliche things in my career. If you dig hard enough, if you dig hard enough, it's not a good catalog out there. I'll be honest with you, man. I've been dressed as Nemo.
Did you say you've been dressed as Nemo?
Yeah, there's footage of me out there dressed as Nemo. You know what I mean? I've done stuff.
What's the context of that?
Hey man, let's not get into that. Let's not. That's a no-go zone for me. Okay. That's a no-go zone.
Understood. No, but you've just come back from Australia.
Yeah.
Right. When you go there and you speak to, I'm guessing what is a predominantly Western audience.
Yes.
Do you have to your act changes?
Okay, it's not just it was Western Australia. It was a tour of Western Australia. So yes, predominantly Western audiences, small towns, big towns, places that I've never heard of and never thought I would ever go ever in my life, mining towns, right? But all of them suddenly got theatre with 500 seater.
Okay.
So the theatres will fill up, right?
Yeah.
And yes, I had to change my act, and I struggled for like maybe the first week, a little bit to the second week because I was hosting the show. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't just doing an act, I was hosting the show. So I am the first one they see.
Yeah.
I am the first like line of defense, and to determine whether or not the show is good or not good is I have to start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first few times that I did it, oh dude, I didn't do badly, but it was struggle city for me. Like, yo, when it starts to struggle, like you can see one, like I sweat, bro. Like I'm like sweat. So here's the problem with sweating, right? When you start sweating, then you say like, oh, the spotlight quite hot. No. If it's hot, everybody else will be sweating. They're not sweating. You are. Okay? So the reason why you sweat, right, is always because, for me it's because I am feeling a bit of like I am acting and I'm not like being real, right? And my brain like recognizes that, hey, bro, you are like. You're not being authentic, you're not fronting, you're not relaxed now. So when the brain's not relaxed, it goes to distress mode, and then you start sweating, and the sweat cannot stop one, bro. The sweat, right? I can play it off like, yo, man, so I was at the store the other day, but no, bro, right? Yeah, so once it starts sweating like that, I gotta chow within the first 5 to 10. I'm like, dude, if this doesn't stop sweating, I gotta go. If not, it gets uncomfortable for people to see.
Dude, almost banned. You were sweating like crazy.
Yeah. Let's not go back there. Let's not talk about that, right? Let's not go back. Yeah. I'm aware, but you see, towards the end, the sweat less, right? Because comfortable already, right? Yeah. So and it was also a thick ass jacket, like. Anyways, and I was pacing like an idiot. So the. What I was saying, yeah. So the first few, I decided, okay, maybe they are looking at me and they are a bit uncomfortable because I'm trying a lot. So let's just not try. Let's just go out there and just be real. Like, address the things that I am afraid of first. So I go out there like, I know you guys are all here probably thinking the same thing. You're listening to me, you're looking at me. Where the fuck is this come from? Right? So I'm like, I know I look like a default setting of a GTA character where you haven't even added the attributes yet, right? There's a very ambiguous looking person. I want to racially categorize him, but I don't know which slot to put him in. So stuff like that they are already thinking.
Yeah.
But like, or maybe they are uncomfortable to say, that I like just point it out first, and then that makes me a bit comfortable. But it's also a skill that I learned through the tour. So we tour, like we will travel 4-5 hours, we drive, and then we'll stop, we'll do a show, next day 4-5 hours drive, stop, do a show, next day 4-5 hours drive. So that mileage really helped me out, in terms of like figuring that out. So yeah, I did change my set, but I also was adapting in that month. Yeah. So not easy, very out of comfort zone. Yeah. It took a while for me to get used to that.
The reason why I brought up the Australian thing, right, is because I'm guessing when they see like a Muslim man in front of them, they're expecting a certain kind of joke.
Yeah.
Do you lean into that, or does it make you want to give them that kind of joke more, or do you not?
I do lean into the Muslim stuff a little bit because that's part of my life. I am Muslim. So I give that perspective a little bit, but also like I know like when I give that perspective, the intention is to show them that, hey, not every Muslim is the stereotype that you think it is. Some of us are not perfect as well, so just like you, except that we're we're just a different group of people, right? Yeah. And I think it's very unique for them to see as a Muslim from Southeast Asia as well, because I don't think it's something that they are familiar with, because in their head, Muslim is probably like a very Middle Eastern aesthetic. Yeah. So for them to kind of see that is also something new. And yeah, so I play it up a little bit, which sucks because it always gets the biggest laugh. And I'm just, I wish I could talk about something else like avocados or something, and they'll laugh. Like if I talk about avocados, I'm like, oh yeah, mate. Yeah. His perspective of avocados. It's the same as ours. What a unique take on avos. But no. At the end of the day, is the Muslim stuff that they're like, oh, okay, that is like, and they relate the hardest because they know. I guess they identify with that aspect of my life the most. It's something that they're more, I wouldn't say informed, but they're more familiar with. Yeah. So yeah lah. Yeah, I don't veer away from that lah. I do talk about it. Yeah. I don't post it, but I don't talk about it. No,
And if you do post it, you would have to apologize, I guess. Back to the question.
I try not to say. I think my take on how on religion has always been my experience with how I am trying to be better at it and how I'm messing up at it all the time. You know, like, and I think that's a very human experience that people can relate to. Everybody tries to be better. Everybody has priorities, and everybody tries to be the best version. Media train answer right now. So hey guys, check out this experience, dude, with this middle ground answer, guys. Come on, man. Always end in the middle. You know what I mean? But in all seriousness, that's I'm not afraid of being posted online because I've realized in the many years that okay, I'm just gonna ride this lane. I said some shit back then that I'm so glad that I haven't posted that because you're trying to look up for the funny, but now it's okay. Yeah.
So you've got a show coming up on August 3rd.
That's right.
When I read the description or the blurb for it, it sounds a lot more introspective and a lot more serious. Is it going to be real?
No, it's a comedy show, guys. Don't worry about it. You're not going to go there and see me cry and stuff. No. I'm not. Oh, this is the real me. No. It's a comedy show, but it is a comedy show from the very much away from the character of Fakkah Fuzz. Like, I feel like Fakkah Fuzz was, as I've mentioned earlier, and how that name came about, and that name also brought together a character on stage. It's loud, brash, pacey, maybe at some points, yelly. But I'm still that guy, but like I'm not the exaggeration of that guy. You know what I mean? So I feel like for me, I'm into evolving at this point, as per that comment. I'm into evolution, right? And I realized that in order for me to like do this long term, I cannot stick to the same tricks or maybe the same act that I've always been on. So I've realized that act has brought me here, and that person and those jokes and whatever, right? That Fakkah Fuzz character has brought me here, and I'm like, okay, good. I'm very thankful for that. But at the same time, also, in order for me to like grow older, and I'm like 37, I'm getting a lot older. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, I need something that's a bit that to sustain this to be more authentic and more real, and for starters, I think using my real name will be a good start, lah. Right? Yeah. For people to know who I really am using my real name. And I've had questions whether or not they're like, oh, okay, so now you have to do a complete rebrand, Fazli Rashid. Yeah. And will it still be the same? Will you still be as funny? And to me, like, I'm okay with the rebrand because it's my decision and it's my real name anyway. It takes a while for people to get used to it. And whether or not like it will be as funny as or not as my old act, I think time will tell, number one, and number two, it doesn't really matter to me because at least I know that I'm doing it as myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to really put a front anymore. Like, for many years, I guess you kind of have to put some kind of front to be like, hey, this one people like or not, or would it be something that people accept? But after a while, I'm like, okay lah. I mean, I'm willing to compromise with you on certain things, but I think this whole like stage name thing, putting on a mask thing, like, I mean, that's just not me lah.
So you're going to change your stage name going forward? Like,
I'm going to change it to Fazli Rashid. Okay. Yeah. Change it to Fazli Rashid. So the Fakkah Fuzz name, that era is done. I've had 2 specials on Netflix. We had a good time, right? So moving forward, doing stand-up, like, I don't know if the material is going to change or not, because then if it doesn't change, I'm like, oh shit, this is really me. So, but for what it's worth, like, at least now I can... because it's my real name, I can speak from a more real place. And that's all I want to do, lah. To be honest, at this point of my career, that's all I want to do. Yeah, nice. So August 3rd, check out the new era of... Yes, sir. I am Fazli Rashid, man. There's stories, there's jokes. Everybody's going to have a good time. I'm going to ask you where you're from. No, I'm not going to do that. Are both of y'all together? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. How long you been married? No, I'm not going to do that. No crowd work. You can sit in front. I won't pick on you. Unless you have to be picked on. Like if you wore a sombrero or something indoors and you had a ukulele, now I gotta talk to you, right? If you're not as conspicuous, I don't think I will. Yeah.
Where can people get tickets for the show?
Ticketmaster. Don't worry, didn't affect the Singapore one.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I think that would be a great place to bring this to an end.
Yeah.
But before we close, if you guys are watching or listening right now, remember that if you have a problem, any problem at all, and if you want good advice, if you want silly advice sometimes, you can write to us at the link that's on your screen right now, or you can find that link in the show description. thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Oh, wait. And finally, thank you, Audio-Technica, for powering the audio for this podcast. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Ciao.